Put to sleep. The man silently placed the carrier on the table, in which a puppy was whining pat. The man entered the dimly lit room, his footsteps barely making a sound as he gently placed the small carrier on the table. Inside, a tiny puppy whimpered softly, its cries echoing the uncertainty of its fate. What brought this moment to life? A quiet act of care or the weight of an untold story? One rainy afternoon, the clinic door swung open with a sharp jingle, announcing the arrival of a woman in an expensive suit. Her heels clicked crisply against the tiled floor as she strode forward, clutching a small, trembling puppy. Its matted fur clung to its frail body, and its wide, fearful eyes darted around the room. The woman's expression remained cold and indifferent, regarding the tiny creature as nothing more than a nuisance. "I want to put this puppy to sleep," the woman declared, her voice chillingly devoid of warmth. "It's too scared, too weak for this world. Just look at it." Janet's heart clenched. She glanced at the trembling pup and took a steady breath. "But it's just a puppy," she said gently. "With care and patience, it can learn to trust. We can help it." The woman's eyes hardened as she crossed her arms. "I don't have time for this. I want it gone. Now." The woman's tone was sharp, final. Janet felt a knot tighten in her stomach, but she refused to back down. Taking a deep breath, she met the woman's cold gaze. "Please, let's not rush this. I can take the puppy, find it a new home. There are shelters that can help." The woman's lips curled into a disdainful smile. "Fine, I'll sign the papers. Just make it quick." With a heavy heart, Janet accepted the signed documents, knowing she had to act fast. After the woman left, she quickly contacted a nearby shelter, explaining the situation. They agreed to take the puppy, whom Janet named Pirate, due to the little patch of black fur over one eye that resembled an eye patch. Days passed, and Janet visited the shelter frequently, ensuring Pirate was adjusting well. The puppy, though initially shy, began to show glimpses of his playful spirit. Janet felt a sense of hope every time she saw him wag his tail, and she was determined to find him a loving home. Then, one bright Saturday morning, a young boy named Henry entered the clinic, his face drawn with worry. He was clutching a worn-out toy in his hand, and his eyes were red from crying. "I'm here to see Barney," he said, his voice trembling. Barney, his beloved golden retriever, had been battling an illness, and Janet had been treating him for weeks. "Of course, Henry. Let's go check on Barney," Janet replied, leading him to the back of the clinic. As they approached Barney's kennel, the dog perked up, his tail thumping against the floor. Henry's face lit up with joy, and he knelt beside Barney, showering him with affection. After a few moments, Janet took a deep breath. "Henry, I want to talk to you about something else," she began, her heart racing. "There's a puppy at the shelter. His name is Pirate, and he needs a home. He's a bit scared, but I think he could really use a friend." Henry's eyes widened, and he looked up at Janet with a mix of surprise and curiosity. "A puppy? But what if he's scary?" Janet knelt beside him, her voice soft and reassuring. "Just like Barney needed you when he was sick, Pirate needs someone who will love him and help him feel safe. You're so good with rescues. I think you could help Pirate too." Henry paused, deep in thought, his brow furrowing. After a moment, he looked up, determination shining in his eyes. "I don't want him to be scared anymore," he said firmly. "I'll take him." A wave of relief washed over Janet. Together, they drove to the shelter where Pirate was waiting, his future about to change forever. As Henry stepped into the room, the puppy's ears perked up, and he hesitantly approached, sniffing the boy's outstretched hand. Henry knelt down, his voice soft and reassuring. "Hey there, little buddy. I'm Henry. You're safe now." In that instant, a bond began to form. Sensing Henry's warmth, Pirate wagged his tail cautiously, then inched closer until he nestled against the boy's side, finding comfort in his presence. Jan's heart swelled with joy as she watched them leave the shelter together. Henry cradled Pirate gently in his arms, the once unwanted puppy now safe and cherished. Once deemed unfit for life, he had found a home filled with love and understanding. As they disappeared through the door, Janet smiled, knowing that sometimes all it takes is one kind soul to change an animal's world forever. What an incredible story! If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. See you in the next video.